familiar scene. Players on the field in Algeria's green and white singing the national anthem. But this is not a football game. This is the very first game of Algeria's brand new rugby team. More than half a century after the country's independence, the national team was made official on December 18th. For supporters watching from the stands, it's an important day.
Je trouve extraordinaire qu'on introduise en Algérie un nouveau sport.
I think it's extraordinary for this new sport to be introduced in Algeria. Young Algerians are more interested in football than rugby, so I think we have to keep promoting rugby, along with other sports that are not well known in the country.
The team's first challenge was against Tunisia, ranked 38th in the world. Final score, 16-6 for the men in green and white. A proud moment for these players, many of whom grew up abroad.
All the players, whether they're in Europe or New Zealand, Australia, France or England, they wanted to come to play in Algeria. That was their priority.
The idea for an Algerian rugby team originated in 2007, when a group of French-Algerian players living in France set out to bring the sport back to their country of origin. A first club was founded in the coastal city of Oran shortly after, followed by a dozen others all over Algeria. 9 years later, the Algerian Rugby Federation was recognized worldwide and the national team officially created.
Our goal is to instill a culture and to go through schools. We have a program put in place with each school and each province by the International Rugby Federation, World Rugby and Africa Rugby, so we can start training sports managers. Today we want to establish rugby in Algeria step by step, so we can eventually, in 10 years from now, have our own rugby culture in the country.
The federation now hopes to start climbing up in the African rankings, currently topped by South Africa's unrivaled Springboks. With a more immediate goal in mind, have Algeria's green and white featured at the next Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019.